You've been doing it wrong. Why rhythm beats discipline every time. Here's a difficult truth. You haven't been failing because you're lazy, unmotivated, or undisciplined. You've been failing because you've been taught the wrong way to succeed. If you're struggling to stay consistent, to stick to routines, to finally get your life together, I want you to know rhythm is the key. You've been focused on discipline, but it's rhythm that makes consistency effortless and sustainable. If leveling up mindset and unlocking genuine self growth sounds exciting, smash that subscribe button now, hit the bell so you don't miss out, and join our community on the Growth Mindset Project. Let's dig into why your current system isn't working and how embracing rhythm can transform every part of your day. You've probably built your routine around clock time. Do this at 8 a.m., that at 10, lunch at 12:30, deep work block from 2 to 4. It's all about squeezing everything into a perfect schedule. But then you oversleep. Or your 10 a.m. brain doesn't want to write that report. Or you stare at your screen for an hour and get nothing done. Suddenly, you're behind, guilt floods in, and you convince yourself that you're a failure who just needs more discipline. And once again, you chase after the perfect blueprint routine, only to fall off the wagon a week later. Here's what's really happening. Your brain is not a machine. It doesn't perform at 100% capacity every hour of the day. Neuroscience reveals that your brain naturally flows through powerful waves during every 24-hour cycle, periods of high focus, creative bursts, and times when you just want to chill or sleep. When you try to force a clock-based routine on these waves, you're constantly fighting yourself. No wonder routines collapse. They're built against your biology. Think of it like this. Your brain isn't following a clock. It's riding a tide. For your routines to actually stick, they need to move with those tides. Rhythm is the key to unlocking this alignment. Here's what those biological rhythms actually look like. Neuroscientists have identified 3 major phases within a 24-hour cycle. The first phase starts when you wake up and runs for about 8 hours. Let's say you get up at 7 a.m. From 7 to 3 p.m., dopamine, cortisol, and norepinephrine are at their peak in your brain. This is when you have natural motivation and focus. This is the ideal time for deep work, tackling tough decisions, and thinking analytically. The second phase kicks in around 8 to 16 hours after waking. If you're up at 7, this phase runs from around 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Here, serotonin rises. Your brain becomes more creative, playful, looser in its thinking. This is a great time for brainstorming, project development, connecting with others, or unwinding a little. Finally, your third phase covers about 17 to 24 hours after getting up, basically late night until the next morning. This is your recovery mode, when you should dim the lights, quiet down, and rest. So if you try to do deep focused work at 9 p.m. during your brain's rest phase, you're stacking the odds against yourself. This misuse of your own biology creates wasted energy, slumps, and ultimately, broken routines. Before we go deeper, if you're already realizing something's clicking, give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment about where you notice your own high and low energy phases. Let's help each other out in the comments below. Clock time routines create invisible time cages, prisons of guilt, pressure, and unrealistic expectations. When you miss a block, you fall back into that familiar spiral. Guilt, self-criticism, and searching yet again for the magic schedule to fix everything. But here's the twist. You haven't failed for lack of discipline. You failed because your routine lacked rhythm. If your daily plan feels like a random bunch of tasks fighting for their place on your calendar, you're missing the natural flow, the rhythm that binds everything smoothly together. Rhythm is the key. So why do we still default to these extreme ideas about discipline and routine? It's because the internet, productivity books, and self-help gurus have sold us 2 myths. First is the discipline fantasy, the productivity bro mantra. Get up at 5 a.m. or you're a loser. Time block every minute. Never skip a day. Push, push, push. That entire system isn't rooted in biology. It's a leftover from the industrial era, when factories needed predictable workers running on clock time, not natural human waves. We've inherited this discipline over everything mindset from a world that wanted us to behave like robots, not humans. But there's an opposite extreme, the freedom fantasy. A well-known contemporary philosopher argues you should improvise your life, never stick to a schedule, just ride from surprise to surprise, being a creative hunter-gatherer every moment. But we aren't actually wired for constant chaos. Humans need rhythm, structure, and predictability to be both healthy and happy, as every study on mood and employment stability shows. Chaos leads to your brain defaulting to fast dopamine, scrolling, procrastinating, mindless binging, because you lack structure. So both of these extremes, hardcore discipline and total flexibility, set you up to fail because neither respects your biological rhythm. The truth is, you need both, stability and freedom. That bridges rhythm. Rhythm turns random tasks into a harmonious flow. You move with your energy, not against it. If you miss a wave because life happens, no big deal. Just step back into the rhythm. There are no cages. There's just the beat of your biology, guiding you every day. Most routines are built for perfection, not for real humans. That's why they snap under pressure. A rhythmic routine plans ahead for low-energy days, fluctuating motivation, and the chaos of real life. Rhythm accepts your humanity. So, how do you build a personalized, rhythmic routine? Here's exactly what to do. Step 1. Identify your natural energy waves. Remember, rhythm is the key. So first, listen to your own beat. Think about your day and ask yourself, when do I feel sharpest? When do I crave connection? When do ideas come effortlessly? When do I just want to retreat or rest? Track your answers over a few days. These are your personal rhythms. Not everyone's phases will be identical, and that's normal. Some people focus best at sunrise, others hit their groove at midnight. Notice your own pattern. Next, label your unique waves. Give each one a name that describes its flavor. For example, focus wave, recharge wave, connection wave, or wind down wave. Instead of dictating do X at Y time, you invite yourself to shift gears as each wave rolls in. This way, your day has chapters, not a prison schedule. For each wave, pick one non-negotiable anchor activity. This isn't a to-do list. It's a state of mind cue. One practice that grounds you during that phase. It could be a deep work sprint, a nourishing meal, a quick walk, or tech-free downtime. Your anchors create stability while the surrounding activities stay flexible. Rhythm means you keep the beat, not every note. Let me show you my own recent rhythmic routine, which has totally transformed my consistency, mood, and productivity. I split my day into 4 phases: creative focus, refuel and recharge, train and transition, and wind down. The moment I wake up, I enter creative focus, writing, researching deep projects until around mid-afternoon. My anchor? I don't check messaging apps until after I've been to the gym. It keeps my dopamine locked on creating, not reacting. Next is refuel and recharge. I'm usually mentally tired, so I walk, eat, and switch to lighter activities. My anchor? A high-quality meal every single day before gym time. Then comes train and transition. This is when my body wants to move and socialize after hours of solo deep work. I hit the gym, chat, and take a mini rest, literally a 7-minute nap on the floor afterwards, to switch gears from high intensity to winding down. Last phase, wind down. I shift gears for light admin, social calls, reading, or just chilling. My anchor? At 9 p.m., all screens go off and I take a solo walk to decompress. What makes it work? There are no rigid time blocks, only signals that cue the right state at the right rhythm. It's flexible, intuitive, and grounded in my biology. My anchors guide the day, but if something shifts, I just slip back into the next wave. Rhythm is the key. Quick reminder, if you're finding value here and want to see more videos like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments. Now, here's a surprising truth you need to know. To keep your rhythm fresh, you should schedule days to break your routine. Seriously, build in off days where you intentionally deviate. It's vital for mental reset, prevents burnout, and keeps guilt at bay. It sounds counterintuitive, but deviation, when planned, is what preserves your rhythm long term. Cutting-edge behavioral research proves it. Groups who flexibly allow off days, compared to those who enforce strict discipline every single day, have more self-control, bounce back quicker from stumbles, and stick with their goals for longer. Because knowing a cheat day or break is coming gives your brain permission to relax, recover, and return refreshed. Rhythm includes the breaks as much as the beats. So remember, you're not broken. You don't need to time box every minute or chase perfect discipline. You just need a rhythm, a daily, flexible dance that honors your biology. Start building your rhythmic routine today and experience how consistency suddenly becomes natural and happiness flows alongside it. Thanks for sharing these few minutes of growth together. Want to keep exploring? Check out our other deep dive videos next. And don't forget, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a beat. Rhythm is the key. Let's grow together.